The third floor of the Noel Library houses many historical documents dating back to several hundred years ago. From public records to photographs, the Archive Center is sure to have information relating to any student research project. Laura McElmore gives us some information on what we can expect to find inside the Archive Center.
The archives at LSUS started in 1974. It was a project of the history department and the geography professor, Dr. Hall, to document the history of Northwest Louisiana and the Arklatex area. Since that time, it's grown to about 23,000 shelf feet of documents and journals and diaries.
One of the many historical maps you'll find in the archives is one of Shreveport in 1836. What makes this map so unique? Sean Bohannon explains.
It's the map of Shrevetown, Louisiana. It hasn't yet assumed its current name of Shreveport. This represents the classic business district of downtown Shreveport today and has remained virtually unchanged since the founding of the city in the 1830s.
Another one-of-a-kind treasure stored in the archives is this map, a detailed military strategy map in preparation for a Civil War battle that never happened.
And the importance of this map is that this shows exactly how the Confederate forces had laid out the defenses of the city. The defenses of Shreveport in 1864 are laid out by this heavy black line that traces the infantry positions and artillery batteries that ringed the landward side of Shreveport. What is today the Bossier City side, they had several forts and batteries that were arrayed against that area, and virtually a complete 360-degree defensive perimeter around the city. The defenses of the city were never actually tested in battle because the Union Army and the Union fleet that was advancing up the Red River with the aim of capturing Shreveport was stopped short of its goal at the Battle of Mansfield.
The archives has an artifact that reveals a bit of Shreveport's darker past.
This particular book was instrumental in the fall of one of the most powerful lawmen in the American South. Commissioner of Public Safety for Shreveport was a man by the name of George D'Artois. As such, he was in charge of the police department, the fire department, and the traffic engineering department. On January 16, 1976, the Shreveport Police Department arrested a large number of men for gambling. It was alleged that they were just simply released out the back door because they were under the protection of George D'Artois and some of his men. The Shreveport Times sent down one of their newspaper men because he wanted to take a look into this gambling arrest. When he arrived, they found that 3 pages containing the names of the arrestees that he had an interest in had been removed. Well, he very quickly thereafter wrote an expose piece on Times Newsman discovers police records missing. And this opened the door into an investigation into George D'Artois' dealings with gambling and with other illegal activities. George D'Artois ultimately resigned from office and died of natural causes before any resolution could come to any of the charges that were brought against him.
Next week, we'll have part 2 of our team coverage of the Noel Archives, this time showcasing its collection of LSUS's history. Reporting for the Armitage Student News, this is Baryshnikov Chambers.